All right, just a quick video on this. Demetrius Andrade made some comments. He made some comments saying that, you know what, do you honestly think I'm going to come to the UK and fight Zach Parker for 150 grand? You know, I'm not going over to the UK to fight Zach Parker for 150 grand. What do you make of Demetrius Andrade's comments there about not coming to fight Zach Parker? Obviously, John Ryder came in. John Ryder beat Zach Parker. And John Ryder now is going to probably get a shot at Canelo Alvarez next. He's mandatory for Canelo Alvarez. What did you make of Demetrius Andrade's moves here?
To be honest, I just think his career is all over the place at this point. I personally think he didn't want to fight Zach Parker. He's probably thinking he just wants a big fight already now. He's not interested in, you know, Zach Parker's being he'd rather give the belt away at this point. Because
he has given the belt away.
The thing is, throughout his career, he's never fought anyone even half decent, I would say. Like, other fighters, even other fighters, don't have the greater resumes, but this guy's resume really, really stinks. Like, I don't even know anyone he's fought half decent. Not even half decent. You know, he's fought fighters that literally are no good, you know. So, at this point, at the end of his career, well, who's going to fight him now? What does he bring to the table? And I think all the bigger fighters will beat him anyways at this point. Even if he fights Charlo, I would favour Charlo, to be honest, at this point. And he's obviously signed with PBC again. So who's he going to fight? Who's there for him? Plant, Benavidez? I think all those guys beat him at this point, in my opinion. Because, you know, he's 36. He's been very inactive, right? He's going to have ring rust. So his comments, obviously, you know, he should just be fighting, looking at it, I'm getting paid. You know, he's just not fighting.
Do you see him becoming champion at 168 if the belts become scattered?
Yeah, maybe if he fights, you know, someone easy, but not if he fights someone half decent. I don't think. I've seen in the Liam Williams fight, he's not, you know, I don't know if he was a great fighter early on in his career, but I've seen in the Liam Williams fight, he didn't look anything special to me. You know, Liam Williams was tagging him, and Liam Williams isn't anything special. Liam Williams just an up and down, just a basic fighter, to be honest. And Liam Williams was giving him a bit of problems. So what's Charlo going to do to you? If Charlo tags you, who has like 10 times as much power as Liam Williams, I think Charlo would finish him off. I really do. And that's probably the fight he probably wants. You know, he's obviously signed with the PBC for a reason. I think Charlo would tag him.
Do you think Benavidez, he could do Benavidez, with outbox Benavidez?
I think Benavidez will batter him, to be honest. The way Benavidez beat up Lemieux, you know, I don't think Demetrius Andrade can stand up to that firepower of Benavidez. I don't think so. Not at this point. You know, if Liam Williams was doing that to him, as I said, like Liam Williams buckled him a few times, Benavidez is going to do much more than that, in my opinion. Although I don't think Benavidez is that great. I think he can be outboxed. But not by. Do
you think he has a chance? Do you think Andrade has a chance against Caleb Plant?
I think Caleb Plant will beat him at this point as well. You know, Caleb Plant's coming off a devastating knockout. You know, he's active. You know, he's fighting Benavidez next. I think all those guys beat him.
Who wins, Caleb Plant or David Benavidez? David Benavidez.
I think David Benavidez, because I don't think Plant punches that hard. Although he knocked out that guy. But he just caught him with you know, he just hit him on the right spot. He's not really a big piece. He's never shown that sort of knockout power throughout his career. He just landed it on the right spot. Great timing. Listen, he ain't going to knock Benavidez out. And Benavidez is going to tag Plant badly with those fast hands, blistering hands. And Caleb Plant gets hit.
I think Caleb Plant might win a decision in that fight.
Could do. He could do. But I also think he'll have to go through a lot of...
The only thing I worry about for Caleb Plant is his stamina later on in the fight, because he has pretty poor stamina. We saw that against Canelo, because he was doing well against Canelo and then he ran out of gas. But otherwise, I think he probably wins a decision against Benavidez.
But I don't think Caleb Plant, you know, will conclusively outbox him. I don't think so. I don't think he's that good to conclusively outbox David Benavidez. He might win it by a little bit of a margin, but if he was to win, it'll only be by points. But I can see David Benavidez backing him up and letting. I think David Benavidez will be more vicious than what Canelo was, and he's a lot bigger than Canelo, and he'll let those hands go and just because if he doesn't have no power, if Plant don't have no power, then that's going to give Benavidez, you know, Benavidez just going to come at him, you know, just gung ho. So he's going to know he has free license here because he's not getting hit with anything. Although he said that, oh, Ronald Gavril or whatever knocked down. But David Lemieux can punch hard. He walked down David Lemieux and beat the absolute brakes off him. You know, Caleb Plant can't punch as hard as David Lemieux. So what's he going to do? Tip-tap? Even against Canelo, he was just tip-tapping in that fight, Caleb Plant. Let's be honest, he's not a big puncher against the top-level guys. Anthony Durrell is not a top-level guy. You know, he's a guy that's way, way past. He's like a guy that was a fighter 10, 15 years ago, that guy. That guy is just, he's finished.
Salman, just a last question before we end. John Ryder beat Danny Jacobs. He then went on to beat Zach Parker. He's obviously looks like he's going to get the Canelo fight. Do you give John Ryder any chance against Canelo Alvarez?
I just think Canelo's just a bit different, man. Like, someone asked Amir Khan the same question that, what about, like, you give John Ryder a sniff, and he's just like, it's just, Canelo's different. Certainly against those fighters in and around his weight. Forget Bivol, obviously, he was light heavyweight, he was massive. You know, that's the only way you beat Canelo is if he goes stupidly up and he just fights guys that are just way bigger than him. In and around his weight, I don't think. Listen, man, there's fighters, in my opinion, that probably fought Canelo that were better than John Ryder. In my opinion. I think Khan was better than John Ryder. I think Billy Joe was better than John Ryder. There were so many other guys. I probably think Callum Smith was better than John Ryder. So if none of those guys could beat Canelo, what does John Ryder bring to the table any different to them where he's going to beat Canelo? That's how I look at it, unless Canelo has a stinker. He's not going to beat Canelo. You know, Canelo will hurt him, and we know Canelo's got vicious body shots, right? I just don't think he can I don't think he can do it for 12 rounds against Canelo. I genuinely don't. I just think Canelo's that good. Certainly against fighters that are, you know, his sort of size.
Chris Eubank v Liam Williams. Chris Eubank v Liam Smith. Who wins that one?
I personally think at this point, probably Eubank, because I think it's going to be a war, right? And if it gets into a war, we know that Eubank ain't going to quit, right? And I think Liam Smith will probably get knocked out, to be honest. Because I don't think Eubank's getting knocked out. Because I've never seen him get knocked out. And I've never even seen him.
But Liam Smith, to be fair, has never been knocked out. Only been once by Canelo.
But the thing is, Liam Smith can be hit and be hurt. Whereas I don't think Liam Smith has the power to hurt Eubank. But I think Eubank can hurt Liam Smith. Because if that's a must-watch fight. Because both of those guys just come forward like a car. So that's going to be basically... Liam Smith, the style he fights, he can't beat Eubank. Because he's going to try fight that inside game. And Eubank's just going to literally pepper him. With his fast hands, he can't fight like that against Eubank. You've got to be more conservative. Because that inside sort of style, he's that sort of fighter, that, you know, target practice sort of stuff. And on the inside, Eubank's a machine, man. On the inside, I've seen him like on the pads. Like, if you get into a fight like that where you just stand in the pocket with him, he will blister you with shots, hellacious shots, fast, with power.
I think that's this month.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's this month. Yeah,
it's this month in 2 weeks.
It's a good fight. Good fight. Looking forward to that one. But yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.